Canon, huh? Oh, shoot, we're live. Hopefully an ad break just like showed up and it just like covered up what we were talking about.
Oh, just a big bag of money from Canon just landed in my.
Everybody's so confused. Well, now there you go. I was gonna say like 0 viewers.
Yeah,
11,
that's perfect, man.
34. All right. Cool. What is going on, guys? If you're catching this live after the fact, check the description box below for the show notes as to what we'll be talking about today. And a little teaser for those of you guys who are in the chat, we'll be talking about how to shop for deals because Black Friday is coming up.
And the news world is really slow right now at the same
Really
time.
slow.
So deal shopping and hanging out with us on Monday Live.
Yeah,
Just put it
Monday
that
Live is
way.
just for us to really hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
When there's
that's
something new to talk about, we'll talk about. But for the most part, it's just to chill with you, lovely people out there.
exactly. That's what it was always intended for, I hope.
Wow. Eli's got the right point. He says, "Uh-oh, Black Friday shopping guide, more like how to empty your wallet guide." You got us, man. You got us. How'd you know? Rodell Photos. Sup, Potato Live. See you Friday at Sammy's. Are you coming Saturday? Because that's when Danny's showing up.
Hopefully, that's the plan.
Yeah,
That's 90%. That's the plan.
yeah.
Saturday.
For those of you who are unaware, I'm having a couple of free workshops at Sammy's Camera in Los Angeles this Friday and Saturday. A link to RSVP is in the description box below.
I haven't RSVP'd yet, but Jason, you got me a spot, right? You can squeeze me in.
Sorry, you're not.
Oh, damn it!
No ticket, no service.
I guess I'll be waiting outside. It's all good, man. I'll be using some other gear from some other manufacturers while I'm just
Oh
waiting.
snaps! You just starting some shiz.
Oh, you know it, man. You know it. It's time to change. Time to change systems. It's about time. It's about time.
Yep. By the way, we start our show at 7 p.m. So we have 7 more minutes. We're in the pre-show right now where we're just chit-chatting around, just goofing off.
Let's see. Armando's saying he's finally ready to buy an A7 Mark III and the Tamron 28 to 75. Do you know if there are any Black Friday specials for it?
Oh, we'll talk about some of that.
Yes.
I don't know about that. Rodell Photo. I have a wedding Saturday. Gonna miss Danny. Damn it, Rodell.
Just cancel the wedding, man. Just cancel it. Just
Steven Meyer says, "Hey from Nova Scotia. What's going on?"
Hey.
Fathom Rocker, great seeing you at the event. Can't wait for the next one. It was good seeing you in person. Finally in real life, Fathom Rocker.
Under Brown giving me a hard time, man.
Why is he giving me a hard time?
Oh, he says, "Hi, I saw a really cool video on some channel called That One Camera Guy. I never knew the channel posted non-live videos."
When you drop that video, should you buy the 35 or the 30 millimeter? I was like, dang, finally, Danny. The return of That One Camera Guy.
And the departure.
I was just talking to Vivian like a couple of days ago. We're like, well, every time, like Danny doesn't post much, right? But when he posts, it's always a banger.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Always a banger.
Oh, you mean this?
Dude. I need some bang too, man. It's gonna be a late night for me.
No sleep, man.
I gotta edit some weddings.
Oh my goodness, Jason.
I gotta edit some weddings. I gotta get things done. Hey, Roselle, do you edit weddings? Can I just pass off some to you?
The truth is out. How Jason gets his work done.
Let's see here. Law ATNs. Please provide a Black Friday shopping list with links. We will when Black Friday deals will roll in.
Oh,
but this is sort of like how to prepare for it and what
we're
to
also
expect.
talk about some of how we purchase stuff too. I mean, it's not necessarily have to be like all Black Friday related, but
oh yeah, totally. Sheila TC says it says no spots available when I checked last night. I was hoping to come. Just come, man. Just come.
Jason turns you away. I am so sorry. There's no more space.
I'm not turning anyone away. I can't promise about the security guards though, but of course not. They want people to come. Oh yeah, if you come to the event and you park off site or you take a public transportation, you show your receipt, you get a $20 gift card from Sammy's Camera. But don't tell anybody I told you that.
They gave me one of those. I never spent it.
Oh,
Is it still good?
hopefully, unless there's an expiration date on that.
I should sell mine for half the price. See if anyone wants that.
Eli, Amazon Prime Day is better than Black Friday. You don't even need to leave the house. How to be lazy 101. I don't know. I haven't actually left the house to go Black Friday shopping in like years now. So do you have to? I mean, well, like, I guess you still have to would line up on Black Friday to pick up stuff like TVs, right? Like dirt cheap TVs.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to. You still have to go there. Photomaniac's like, man, Danny, I feel you, bro. I haven't posted in over a week, and I'm not motivated to do a real video, even though I got footage in the queue. Photomaniac says, it's tough. It's tough. I'm just trying to get out of a rut. I'm just trying to get back into the groove of things. So it's finally leaving Sony. I mean, still using Sony, you know, all that.
Hey, Danny, I published 3 videos back to back last
I
week.
saw that, and I was like,
on that level, bro.
This guy. I remember 2 years ago, I was busting 1 video a day in October, I think. October, November. It was 1 video a day, 1 video a day, 1 video a day, 1 video a day. I'm like, what happened to that one camera guy?
What happened to that one daily camera guy?
What happened to one
daily camera guy?
I'm like, should I sleep or not sleep? I'm just like, I kind of want to sleep a little bit, you know.
No joke though, because you did that, like you grew a lot. You grew like so fast.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go back to the roots, man. Just tutorials and stuff like that. I'm just gonna target that a little bit more, and reviews here and there. So, be very interesting soon, especially with Canon.
You're being caught out. Are you being sponsored by Panasonic? Is that why you won't answer my Micro Four Third question? I don't even see your question.
How are we sponsored by Micro Four? I don't own a Micro Four Thirds camera right now.
Same. I was a Micro Four Thirds shooter.
Yeah. You're asking. I think his initial question is, should you just forget about Micro Four Thirds on Black Friday? The only Micro Four Thirds camera I'm personally interested in is the actual Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. That's the only one. That's the only Micro Four Thirds camera I'm interested in. I don't have it though. But whether there's a deal on Black Friday, I don't know. You'll probably see like those G7 type cameras with the deal or something.
I don't think Micro Four Thirds is dead. Like Danny's saying, there's a lot of people who are shooting with Blackmagic.
GH5
camera.
GH5, GH5S, man.
5S. Yeah, there's a big community in the GH5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they hate me, but I love them.
Oh, those are some good times, man. I remember my transition over from Canon to Panasonic and then to Sony. Those fun times.
Same here, bro. Same here. Okay, awesome. It is 7 p.m., guys. Welcome back to another Monday Live / Potato Live. I am Jason Vong, tonight's main host, and over there we got Danny. Go ahead, Danny. Hi. Say hi.
AKA that one camera guy. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing very well this evening.
AKA that semi-alive, that one camera guy. Who apparently just dropped the video last week. You guys should check it out.
It's okay. It's only for those that have a Sony A6000, I think it's worth looking at maybe.
Were you like shooting at school and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, I'm just going to put together a video just like right now on the spot?
That was 5 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would get into work.
I feel like you stayed after at school.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's the sun's not even out yet, right? So I'd get to work like 5 a.m. The funny thing is when I shot that video, Jason, I had to shoot it 3 times, right? And it was a long video. The first time I shot it, I wasn't happy with it. The second time I shot it, my Rode Lav kit that I was using, the battery died halfway through. And I didn't notice until towards the end. So I finally recorded it a 3rd time. and I was just like, I was so done with life, but I went ahead and just like finished the darn video. But I was just like, I don't know if this ever happened to you, Jason, and it just something goes completely wrong. Oh, it's just so bad.
And how did you kept yourself going?
I just said I need to get a video out. I was like, I was committed to it. I was just gonna get a video out because I needed to get back into the groove of things. And even after screwing up twice, I still finished on the third try. And I was just so mad at myself when when there was no audio. It was the worst. Oh, but yeah,
I know that
I don't-
feeling, man. I think like a couple years, maybe even just like last year, I spent like an hour or two shooting a video just to find out that I was out of focus the entire time.
that's the worst. That's the worst. And you're thinking to yourself, should I still put this video out? You're like, the focus kind of went in and out a little bit. Is it that bad? And then you get completely roasted after,
Yeah,
after it's
yeah.
roasted.
It was definitely a situation where like you should reshoot it. You know, I should definitely reshoot it. But then I think I went through like a second round, and it just didn't work out again. And I think I eventually just gave up. I don't think that video ever saw the light of day. So
You must find it, release it in the Vong records.
not I deleted it. But yeah. Anyways,
Oh man.
so tonight we'll be talking about how to shop for deals. We're gonna just because Black Friday is coming up, the holiday sales are coming up, and we keep getting questions about should you guys wait for a certain deal? How much do things usually get discounted? And we're gonna address all of that, especially how personally I and Danny shop on the internet as well. So hopefully it'll help some people out as to picking out some of the stuff that they may need for 2019 hybrid shooting.
So yeah, definitely. I don't know. I mean, it's you're running the main show. Maybe it's a good opportunity for them to drop questions or definitely poke questions as far as maybe something they're looking for in our recommendations as to whether or not maybe you should get it, maybe you should not get it, price wise. So some things to consider. So.
Yes, please drop us some questions because there's not a lot of news happening.
There was something interesting I wanted to. I mean, did you catch this story about Kit Split and someone getting ripped off?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember.
Did you catch that story? It was a recent. I don't know if it was super recent, but maybe a week ago or something. And somebody loaned out their Canon EOS, the 5DSR.
Yeah.
And this person just took off with it. I was just like, so bad.
For those of you who don't know, Kit Split is a peer-to-peer rental site. So think of it like an Airbnb. Like you would loan out your gear to another photographer or another videographer, and this person rented out their 5DSR, and then this guy pretty much just took the camera and never responded to the lender. So what happened was Kit Split wasn't able to do anything about it because he voluntarily gave up his gear. So it doesn't consider as theft. It's only if the person who borrowed the gear, if he got the loan gear stolen, that is considered theft, which completely sucks because this guy like missed out on like, I don't know, however much the 5DSR costs. I think Kit Split offered him $2,000, right? But
initially in the story it was two grand, and they finally reimbursed him for the full amount that it was worth. So Kit Split definitely stepped in, and technically I think legally they weren't required to, but in terms of I guess the publicity that the story got, I guess they stepped in quickly to try and kind of quench that. But I don't know. Has anyone in the chat ever used Kit Split or has used any type of rental services from peer to peer, like photographer to photographer or something like that? Jason, you've used something like that, have you, or no?
Yeah, I think it was like almost back in 2014. I was like pretty big on that. I loaned out my stuff on cameralens.com, which was a site before Kit Split actually bought it. So I loaned out on cameralens.com a lot. I loaned out on sharegrid.com a lot. And I think back then when these sites were like barely started, I was making a lot of money from like loaning out my GH4. I think at some point I was making like $2,000 a month, but for a very short amount of time, because once people started like flooding the market with their own stuff, I started making less money. And I stopped working in the Hollywood area. So that made it worse for me to loan out gear because everybody, obviously, in Hollywood who shoots around the area lives around that area, so they would borrow in that area. But
Yeah.
it was pretty awesome. I had a good experience for the most part.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. Do you think it's still a viable option today? You think? You
I
just from
think
your perspective.
I think so. If you have a certain piece of gear that's like lying around, I think our friend Corey, or was it Corey or was it Tam? One of our cinematographer friends who um, have one of the bigger production cameras, they would loan that out. They would buy it and then they would loan it out or use it for their own production, because it's not every day that you have a gig, right? So the camera essentially helps you make money when you're not doing a job, and you loan it out to someone else who is doing a job.
Man, I should be just be loaning out all my gear, man. I've got plenty of cameras to loan out.
Well, the problem is your area, you might not have a lot of people
Oh,
want to
no.
borrow gear, right?
No.
So it's very area specific too.
So it's pretty much peer to you'd have to hand it off to the other person typically, right? That's how it would work.
Yes. So you have the option to decline if this person doesn't have a lot of reviews, or they're a newbie. You have a choice. If you have a gut feeling that they're you know not going to return your stuff, you don't have to loan it to them. But yeah, it was unfortunate that this guy loaned out to this dude who apparently got kicked out of film school and had a
He
record
just
of that.
yeah. Yeah, had a track record of theft. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So yeah, I thought that was just a very interesting story that stood out, and it has a lot to do with our whole buying and kind of shopping guide. Maybe it's a great way to make some extra cash, on the
Yeah,
side, just to help you buy some other items if you're not using your cameras.
yeah, good way to connect that
Pat,
right in.
oh yeah, absolutely, man. We got to pad this show today. We got a lot to cover. I mean, very few things to cover, and a lot of it's going to be user generated content this evening. So I think we're on new gear, right? I think we just
Oh yes, yes. Hashtag new gear. Let us know what new piece of gear that you picked up this week. Jason says that's how the Jason Vong fortune was made. Not a fortune, but no joke though. The money that I actually earned from lending out my gear actually helped me buy more gear. So like Danny was saying, like these types of sites does generally help you earn a little bit of money. So I was able to recoup a lot of it from buying the GH4, because that's what I was loaning out a lot. So I was able to pick up a lot of Canon APS-C lenses to adapt on my Panasonic. So that's how I grew my lens collection.
Nice. So there's a way. There's a way to hustle your way up there.
And Eli was asking, wait, so I can buy a red weapon and make money? Essentially, yes. But I'm pretty sure the market is very saturated now. So it really depends on your pricing and your location. So if you're in a good location, your gear is always readily available. You can definitely make some money off these rental sites. And Jason dropping $10 in the super chat donation. Unfortunately, it's not for me or Danny. It's for Vivian's bag fund.
Nice.
Vivian, you got a $10 super chat donation. She
Very
can't hear me
nice.
right now because she has headphones. Jason donated $10 to your bag fund. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and we had to talk about our new gear. So Danny, what did you pick up?
The stuff that I've gotten hasn't actually come in yet, but what the heck did I write down? Oh, no, what did I write down in the show notes?
The Sigma 56 1.4, which I ordered.
Okay, so I also pre-ordered the Sigma 56 f1.4. Yeah, I mean, just gonna have to wait to see how that comes out. Interested to check it out and try it. And then I also ordered the Canon EOS M50. I ordered a non-Sony camera. You know what's funny? I was debating between the EOS R and the EOS M50, and I was like, I just wasn't willing to drop that much money for an EOS R. And right now, I'm not looking to have the EOS M50 for long term anyway, so it's probably going to be a purchase and then sell on the market actually, which could be a good discussion point. But yeah, I just really wanted to try it out. I've been kind of frustrated with Sony, to be perfectly honest. They haven't brought out a camera that works kind of what I'm looking for personally. That's just going to get, it's just for me personally in terms of what I'm doing. I mean, I can always attach a monitor to my cameras to sort of be able to see myself when I'm recording. but I just want something to be able to set up really quick and use and record and be able to frame myself in the shot. And Sony just hasn't done the job just yet for me. So this is kind of like a stopgap maybe before like an A7000 camera comes around. So yeah, I don't know, Jason.
That one
That's
camera guy became that one Canon guy. Our friend Eric Rossi also switched out to the M50 as well, right? He sold like all of his camera gear and then went back to the basics with an M50.
Yeah, I'm just gonna test it out a little bit, man. That's usually when I purchase something and going in talking to our subject here. You know, when you make a purchase of something, I usually try to get it for the smallest price possible. And I know we're talking into strats already, but I always think of a product that I have as a long-term rental. And I think if you think about it that way, it makes it easier to shift gear around, especially those of you who like to buy and try new things. So, but I don't want to dive into that too much yet because it's part of our topic this evening.
Okay,
So,
cool. And we'll definitely talk about that too. I personally myself have also pre-ordered the Sigma 56 f1.4. It's available for pre-order. I think it's like $479.
wait, I want to ask you, Jason, on the
Yeah.
price of that. What was your thoughts on the price at $479? Do you like, was it a bit much? Do you think it was fair? What was your thoughts on that?
I wasn't really surprised because I think when we were talking about it last week on the Monday Live, we expected to be sub $500. So
Yeah.
when the price came, it didn't really shock me. So 480 was pretty decent, I guess. But for anybody who's like on the full frame game, I think people were asking if it was good for like the A7 III. I would honestly encourage them to spend that extra $150 for the 8518 instead.
Yep. This is what I would recommend if you are yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking about it, and my video that I'm releasing at 2 o'clock in the morning has to do with that talking on a little bit. It's a tough one, Jason. I mean, if you're in the APS-C system, the 56 1.4 makes a lot of sense. But if you kind of have been thinking about jumping over on a full frame, it might not be necessarily the lens you want to go with. And that's the reason why I've been kind of having this tug and pull situation with Sony, where I really would like for them to release another streamlined APS-C body that had a lot more of the newer benefits of the full frame A7 III, A7R3 line. So I'm hoping that camera comes around soon, which we know is happening. It's just when, I don't know. That's just been my thoughts on that.
I think so. I think they will. And really quickly, Omar just dropped a 500 yen super chat donation for a cable tie so you can be more organized.
Oh,
Let's just,
it's calling you out, Jason.
It's a mess right here. I'm sorry. Let me just sweep it under the rug really quickly. Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you so much.
The ones that are really awesome are the Velcro zip ties you can get from Amazon. Those are really nice.
I should just make my room dark like Danny so you won't see my horrible cable management. You know why? Because like, okay, or if you guys tuned into
there we go.
There we go. Oh, there we go. I'm talking to Anonymous. If you guys watch the Monday lives for like the past, I don't know, however long now, I usually have like a laptop right here plugged into the monitor right here. So because I don't have another spare laptop anymore, the one that I'm casting the stream with, I'm using it right now. So I'm not able to have two displays on. So that's why there's a lot of cables right here, because I have to plug my HDMI, my charger, all of my USBs that I plugged in to move it right here to be in front of this monitor.
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You got rid of some stuff, Jason?
Well, because like I think like I was using a Mac and
and the Razer,
right? And then now with Vivian working with me, she took over my MacBook, and I only have my laptop. So that's why.
Got it.
All right, and just really quickly, my other new gear.
Ooh,
Lab.
The Weibo.
Try to power this on. Brand new gimbal, testing it out. I actually have another video coming out that I'm thinking about uploading tonight. Sooner, but we have Monday Live, so gonna be talking about this setup in that video with the small HD monitor.
Nice,
it's pretty cool. Dig the setup right here. So this is the part where you would normally put the or you could put the tripod and make it another secondary handle, but I am a fan of using the tripod as an extended grip, so this frees up a quarter-inch 20 hole right here. So I put a small rig Koshu so I can mount my small HD monitor on it. And for the most part, it works really well. I'm using a skinny Sony NPF battery, so there's enough clearance of the motor right here to go around the battery. Or sorry, the battery going around the motor of the gimbal. So I'll talk more about that in an upcoming video. But loving
Very
this.
nice. Very nice.
Cool. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the chat's new gear. And Danny, feel free to start first.
All right, let's see here. That one Chinese guy, new gear, impact light stand, thinking about the 24G Master, just couldn't justify it. I too have thought about it as well.
Let's see here. Chasen Creation, hashtag new gear, Andy Cine 4K monitor for the A7 III. Very nice. I think Danny also has got one in his hand somewhere.
And I also have one in a box that I haven't opened it either because I purchased one. I have two actually at this point. Tag the Shooter, new gear, new Sony 24 1.4, awesome lens.
Rodell Photo also got the 24 1.4 with the Manfrotto 105 back 9 feet light stands.
Oh.
Nice.
Fathom Rockers, new gear, Sony B Alpha Snapback hat, LOL, finally plus 2 32GB tough cards from the event. Thank you.
No way. You got tough cards at the event? I didn't get tough cards. I mean, I got the tough cards, but I wish I got some at the events too. That's insane. How are you liking it? Also, I see questions. So we're going to do hashtag QA towards the end of the show. So save those questions, guys. Jason says, hashtag new gear, new iPad Pro, 11-inch, 256 gigabyte, and GameCube controllers for the Mother Effers Smash Brothers.
Oh, wow. That's coming out tomorrow?
Which one? The iPad?
Or on the 7th. The Smash Brothers game's coming out soon. Am I wrong on that?
Next month.
It's next month.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, dude, we totally the Apple announcement happened after, I think, on Tuesday of last week.
Yeah.
And I know we didn't even talk about it, but was there any product in particular that caught your attention, Jason?
I'm so mad because I bought the iPad Pro.
Oh, you did?
I didn't buy this one. I bought the one before it, right? The one before last week's announcement. So now I'm just like,
wait, you bought it new or used?
I bought it used, unfortunately.
Oh, shoot.
So I got the iPad Pro, the 2017 edition.
The 10.5 inch one?
The 12.9
Oh.
Okay. So this new one that they have supports USB-C.
Oh,
and guess what? They use the Sony camera in their banner plugged in via USB-C, so you can edit RAW photos off your camera now. So,
Jason,
good game. Good game. Should have waited.
Jason, I waited as long as I could. I really wanted to get a new iPad, and I was just like, I'm just gonna keep waiting because the announcement was gonna happen soon. And Jason, man,
I think I ordered it after the initial. Or was it? I don't know. There was another Apple announcement before. Remember the 6-core iMac? I mean, sorry, the 6-core MacBooks, and we didn't see anything. So I was like, it's probably never gonna come until maybe like next year or something.
This was a really nice refresh, though, and I definitely want to check out the new one at the store, Apple Store, and see how it goes. But I'm still good. I mean, I probably would just get an older iPad Pro anyway, but who knows? But it's really nice. I mean, that USB Type-C. I mean, I don't know. How are you looking to use it, Jason? The iPad Pro. Was it just for like the Adobe stuff you're working on? And
yeah, I wanted to try Rush on it, and I think I really enjoy editing photos on Lightroom CC now. Actually, been having a good time editing my photos on my iPhone. So I just figured having something a little bit bigger with the bigger memory space would be fun.
Well, what size did you get for the iPad Pro in terms of the storage?
The 12.9 with 512 gigabyte.
That's pretty good. I mean, if you're going to buy a brand new one, it would have cost you an arm and a leg for that 512 gigabytes. So you still missed out on a really nice iPad, though. You know that, right?
Yeah. Damn it.
Just sell it, man. take a
I'm
hit.
trying, dude. And you know the thing about Apple is you can trade it in, but they'll only give you up to $375.
Jason, that's good enough. Jason,
Yeah,
that's good enough. That's like probably like $1,000 loss or something. Like,
oh. Anyways, let's not talk
uh,
about my woes.
uh,
George Leon, hashtag New Year, Tamron 2075 for A7 III.
oh,
Nice.
those are out in the wild. That's great. I'm
Yeah,
glad
are
you
they
were able to pick
back?
one up.
Are they finally shipped to you?
That's good.
And Chris Dye says hashtag New Gear, whatever the $20 Sammy's gift card can get me on Friday. Make sure you show your receipts for the public transportation.
That one Chinese guy, New Gear Westcott Apollo Deep Umbrella.
Nice. Joel, I picked up the Zhiyun Crane handheld stabilizer to pair it with my 6300 this week. Odie but goodie. Exactly.
Jason making some hashtags for me. That one Trader guy and that one Judas guy.
Cheese and Candy saying everyone's buying the M50 nowadays. And Photo Miak says I came close to getting the M50 for my wife. It's going for a great price.
I got it for a really good price. It was a good price.
And we'll talk about how that whole process was.
Yeah. John Louis Imperial New Gear, a Pixel S2 intervalometer.
What is that?
It's not a Google Pixel, obviously. It's just it's just the brand.
It was a Google Pixel.
Yeah.
Ethan, any word on Peak Design deals for Black Friday? No, but we'll talk about some of that Black Friday stuff in just a bit. Photo Miak, hashtag New Gear, the Panasonic GX85 kit with the Leica 15 f1.7 lens, my Godox SL 60W will be arriving tomorrow via UPS.
Oh, GX85 kit. Oh, wow. Okay. La Atienza, New Gear, Kupo Nesting Apple Box set. Is that? I'm not.
Apple Box.
Go ahead.
Apple.
Yeah.
Bob Ho, hashtag New Gear, 1 terabyte SSD. And Evoke Studio, hashtag New Gear Apple TV for binge watching. Our YouTube videos? Well, thank you so much.
You know that Mac Mini, man, I thought about it, man, a 6-core Mac Mini, but then I realized I don't use Macs much at all. So, but it really enticed me for a second.
I thought about it too, but I don't think it has like a dedicated GPU, right? It's like integrated or something.
But you can get a Razer Core now and put whatever darn GPU you want. But the issue is the mobility. It's like it's better off getting a really high-end laptop, and now the new MacBook Pros are getting the Vega graphics now, so they're getting the higher-end graphics option soon. So you know how they updated the MacBook Pros? They're getting another update refresh with graphics in about this month. Anyway, moving on. Are we doing ASMR, Jason? What's going on here?
Damn it. Shadow Safari, A7R 3 plus 16 and 35 F4. We're going to read off a few more, guys, and we're going to jump into the whole thing.
Diamond Cut, hashtag Bad New Gear. Finally got my Atomos Ninja 5, but had to return it because of a defect it had with the recorded audio. Gonna get a replacement. Oh, that scares me. I need to test my audio then, potentially.
Oreo, hashtag New Gear, Samyang 35 2.8 on a discount, and Swisky, hashtag New Gear, Rhino ROV Pro Slider, and a Sony 24-70 G Master. Any last ones you want to read out, Danny?
John
might be my 2 favorite Asians. Well, thank you.
There's many Asians out there. I'm glad we're the 2 favorites. All right, Jason.
Let's just go on with it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with our news topic, how to shop for deals. So Danny and I will be sharing some of our experience with Black Friday deals as well as how we shop for deals on the internet, our personal experience, and sort of what you guys can start looking out for if you guys have your eyes on a particular lens or a camera or even hard drives or whatnot. So we'll definitely go over that kind of stuff tonight. So Black Friday is coming up, and we always get questions about, if certain gear will go on sale. And from our experience, camera and lenses generally don't get heavily discounted. First party stuff anyways. Danny, have you seen anything that's gets heavily discounted?
You know, for those of you that are interested in the A6000, I think usually the A6000 in the US goes for sale like $398 retail. Body only usually. So if you're looking for an A6000 potentially, it's gone down to $398. That's like the lowest I've seen it go for. So I wouldn't pay any more than $398 for like an A6000. And that usually happens during November as well. Black Friday wise though, Jason, I haven't do you know the ones that have been heavily discounted has to be like I saw like the A7R2 like get heavily discounted on Black Friday. I think I could be wrong on that one. It was usually the day after, like Cyber Monday. It wasn't
Yeah.
like the Black Friday. Sometimes between the Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you will see like a heavy discount on one of those camera bodies. So in this case, I think you're going to see probably heavy discounts on potentially the A7R3. I've already seen some heavy discounts on it on the gray market if you're willing to shop in that direction. So
Yeah. And we're not talking specifically about Black Friday, Cyber Mondays as well. There's even some sales happening currently right now, along with the Sony A7 II with the kit lens, the 28 to 70. That's apparently like what, $600 off. You can get a good full frame camera, the Sony A7 II, for $600 off for $1,000. So $1,000 gets you the Sony A7 II plus a kit lens, and depending on which authorized dealer you shop with, you get certain additional accessories like SD cards or a potato sack. Yeah, or some sort of extra goodies too.
I got it right here, the A7 II with the 28 to 70 kit lens. I don't think it's a bad starting camera to go with. But it makes it tough, especially for people who are deciding between an APS-C like the Alpha 6500 and the A7 II. How would you frame it, Jason, if someone was on the market for either or potentially right now? It would be tough because they're about the same price.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I depend heavily on the video feature stuff. So if it's between the A7 II and the A6500, I personally go with the A6500 just because of the 4K. But A7 II, full frame, $1,000 full frame camera, kind of tough to beat. What about you, Dan?
Yeah. I think if you are portrait shooting and video is not your priority necessarily, I think the A7 II makes a lot of sense for people. It has 5 frames per second. It has decent autofocus. It does have eye autofocus. I think only in single servo, not in continuous servo though. But I could be wrong on that one. I don't recall exactly, but it's still decent if you're going to want a full frame camera. It's just if you don't need the 4K and you're not shooting high sports action like fast sports action, I think it's a great option.
So it's a great starter full frame camera.
I think at this point for that price, if entry level, it has in-body image stabilization, and you can't. There's a lot of other like your DSLRs don't really have that as an option, so you can adapt lenses without stabilization, then have stabilization. You still got 1080p 60 on there. It's not bad. So it's a good kit, I think. So
cool.
I think it's only this week too, huh?
Yeah, it's only this week. We hope so. If anyone wants to get it, it's available this week. But I'm pretty sure they might try to bring it back for like Black Friday too.
Yeah, probably. I could have sworn last year they were trying to unload the Sony A7. It was like $768 or something like that. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong.
$800. A7 is like the first version. A7 one. They were selling it for like $800. It was insane.
I thought about getting it just to have a copy, just for the sake of comparisons. But yeah, so that's pretty good if you think about it. I think the A7 II last year was going for $1398, like when it was on sale or something like that. But now at $999 with the kit lens, I don't think it's too bad. It's just that, what makes it really hard is that A7 III, Jason. The nice features you're getting out of your cameras, man. It just sucks. It makes it tough.
Yeah. That's why it's hard for me to like recommend the A7 II. Yes, it's a good deal, but damn, if you look at how far the A7 III has come, geez.
See, I would even look at the A7R2, but A7R2, I think there's not a really like a retail sale for it right now, so you're probably going to be looking at $1,600, but that's going to give you 4K. It's going to give you 4K, 120 at 720p,
I would recommend that.
And not gonna lie, if you can still do that recording limit hack, the A7R2 is one of the few full frame 4K cameras with unlimited recording capabilities in 4K. That's why I haven't got rid of mine yet. Just saying.
So if anyone is at a toss, upgrading to a full frame camera, A7R2 is also a very, very fine option.
And it has an updated autofocusing system. It has a much improved autofocusing system over the A7 too.
Yeah, that is something that I would,
see, maybe that's the one we could see potentially go on a really good deal sale. And that's the one people should maybe want to consider. Maybe that might go to the $13.98 price range retail. Who knows? Maybe they just want to unload.
Spend the extra dough, get the A7R2. But if you're just like absolutely new to photography, A7 II is not bad. A7R2 for videos and 42 megapixels.
Man, it's going for $2,000 retail. The A7R2 right now, 1,800 on the EDU special. So that's a tough one.
Yeah,
I would just go for the A7 III at that point, unless you needed the 42 megapixels. That's at that price if you're grabbing at that price. All right,
cool.
Sorry about the tangent.
No, that's good. So Danny, like, let's talk about how you shop for deals. How did you pick up the EOS M50? Kind of walk us through the whole process.
I check eBay daily. eBay daily deals is where I go, man. I am
like, who's also just Slick dealer here too?
Yeah, let me know. I don't check Slick deals as much anymore because it seems as though Slick deals isn't. I mean, sometimes you'll see a good deal on slickdeals.net, but I typically just go on eBay every morning. I just check it really quickly in the text section. And that's it. If I see anything that piques my interest in the camera photo section, then I dive into it a little bit more. But I've been seeing the EOS M50 prices dip. I saw just body only go for under $450. And sometimes eBay will do discounted sales. They'll do the 10% eBay bucks or the 10% discount. And not too long ago, eBay had a 10% discount. So I had a 10% eBay bucks option, and that pretty much dropped the price of the EOS M50 to close to about $400, which was totally worth picking up to try out and use. And I've been eyeballing either getting the Canon 80D, which has dropped in price, by the way, as well, to about $650 on the gray market side of things, or the EOS M50 for the body only for about $400 and under about $400 with the eBay bucks I had out as an option. So what I usually do is I keep a mental note of the prices that I'm seeing. And then when the eBay bucks rolls around, I usually recheck the prices on those products. Once in a while, for example, let's say, you're shopping for an A7R2 and it's like $17.99. But usually when eBay gives out a 10% discount, the seller will actually increase the price of the camera to $2,000 to compensate for the 10% discount. So I'm always looking to see whether or not the dealer will make a price adjustment and make a determination if it's a good deal that makes sense for me. But that's how I kind of approach it. eBay's been kind of my go-to place for quite a few things. And then certain things I just go straight to B&H Photo or a reputable seller other than eBay sometimes.
Okay, so let's just go back to eBay for a little bit. So you're saying make a mental note, or just pretty much just jot it down. Make sure you know the price well, and make sure that dealers don't hack up the price again when there's those 10%, right?
Yeah, it's because, well, the thing is, I keep tabs on the prices only because I keep checking it every day. So I've been looking at the price, like how it's been fluctuating, and I'll see it really quick if there's a price adjustment. Like, whoa, that price wasn't there before, and I'll go for it if I think it's a good price. And once the eBay bucks hits, and I'll get those every now and then from eBay. So it's like, hey, it's a pretty good deal. I'm going to go for it. And here's the thing that I always consider too, Jason, is the resale value of the product. Since I got the product at such a low value price already, that let's say, for example, I try out for about a few months and I wasn't happy with it, even if I resold it, I wouldn't lose too much in the overall value. Because if I bought it retail, for example, for like $600-700, I wouldn't get that much money back selling it retail. Or selling it back online. It wouldn't happen. So
would you recommend people maybe pick up some gray market items on eBay? And if so, what sort of crazy gray market deals have you seen that's worth for people checking out?
Oh man, dude, right now the ones that's I'm not a big Canon shooter at this point anymore, but the 5D Mark IV has really been piquing my interest. It's going for about $2,000 sometimes, gray market, brand new. And I'm not saying and encouraging people to go ahead and pick up a gray market camera, because you are taking a risk, because there's no warranty. So you have to personally make the assessment of whether or not it's worth it for you. I would avoid gray market Nikon gear. because Nikon has blatantly been clear and said that they will not repair any gray market Nikon equipment. Canon, I think in the past has still been willing to repair even gray market equipment. You'd have to pay out of pocket for it if there's an issue with it. But for a lot of people, if you're going to go Nikon, avoid that. You want to buy that from retail stores for sure. I don't know. That's just the way I look at it, Jason. I don't know about you. So
Cool.
I just kind of
Awesome.
weigh the pros and cons on the item and whether or not it's worth it for me to take that bit of risk. So
Cool. And what about authorized retailers? What are your tips on that?
I'm very fortunate. I get EDU discounts through B&H Photos. So
Yeah, let me ask you about that.
yeah.
So for B&H for Adorama, they generally discount items up to 10%, right, for students.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to submit an application beforehand to prove that you're a student, or it's just automatic? It's just easy process to go through.
There's like two. I think it's just a form you fill out, and you have to submit a. For example, as a teacher, you have to submit like a course thing. You have to have like your teaching ID or the ID you have for your school, and sometimes they might ask for what courses you might be teaching. And the opposite of that, if you're a student, they might be asking what courses you're taking. But if you can get it, especially a lot of you are Sony shooters, you get 10% off once you get it. And I just renew it every year. You have to renew the whole process once a year, but 10% goes a long way. Think about it. If you got the Sony A7 III, it goes from $2,000 down to $1,800 with a 10% discount. And that's how I got my A7 III. It's actually a pretty good deal. So, and also a lot of the lenses have the EDU discount too. So Sony's really big on the EDU discount, and if you have the option, I would take advantage of it. If you've got relatives, you got family members, try to buy through them if you can.
Take advantage of them.
Try to see if you can, if you have family members. That would really help you out. Save some money.
So, does it take long for them to approve the student/teacher education discount?
I'd probably say within a week or less. And
So,
then when I renewed it the second time, I just said, "Hey, I'm a teacher," and they renewed it right away.
yeah.
It was much faster the second
So,
time around.
so recommendation: get that sorted out quickly for your Black Friday purchases.
Yes, if you think you might fall into that consideration, I would get that worked out now. So you're ready for any crazy purchases or sales that happen. But I don't think Sony's going to do anything drastic. Actually, no, now that I think about it, is there a 10% discount on the A7 too?
Ooh, does it
Now
stack?
I'm curious now. Let's see here.
While you sort that out, Eli's asking if I'm in high school, I could get the A7 III or anything for 10% off. I think you just have to show proof that you're a student. I think via an ID. I think you'll be fine. And Ethan Novacella asks, how do you sign up for EDU discount on the B&H website? I think you go to edu.bnh.com or something like that. What is it, Danny?
Yeah, I would just type in BH Photo EDU. Yeah, I would just do a Google search for that. And then you have like the Student and Educators Advantage, a free discount program for students. I think you have to be enrolled in some sort of media class though if you're a student. So it also says high school educators of approved programs are also eligible, but it seems to be a college one. I think someone messaged me before. They were trying to get their daughter, who's a high school student, to get into the EDU program, but they wouldn't authorize it. So if you're a high school student, they might not let it go through. You'd have to be a college student. But maybe if you enroll in maybe a community college class or something, that maybe a photography class that could help you get into the EDU program. Just a thought.
When was that? When was that your friend's daughter got turned away?
Oh no, it was just a viewer of my stuff. They emailed me and they were wondering about it. It's just that it doesn't allow high school students. It's a college student,
Hmm.
and then high school educators. So I fall under the high school educator component. So
I'll double check on that. I was speaking to a Sony rep. They said for high school students, it should work as well.
I know that when I purchase equipment for my school, I do take advantage of EDU when I'm buying a lot of product, for example, I do get EDU discounts on it. So if I'm buying like microphones or cameras, there is discounts that get applied, like EDU discounts for my classroom. So that's there.
Cool. Awesome. Is there anything else on eBay and B&H student discount before we move on to Amazon deals?
Just be very cautious. That's the only thing. Uh, as far as eBay is concerned, just always have some sense of caution and check the seller information. That's, there. Just be cautious about it. That's all.
Cool. Awesome. So, personally for me, I've seen a lot of crazy deals on Black Friday from Amazon warehouse deals. I think like for the past couple of years, I noticed that they do like an additional 20% off used items on their used Amazon warehouse stores. So I've seen like 24 to 70 G Master, I think last year for as low as 16 to 1700 bucks. And I personally copped a Rode wireless loft for $100 off a few years back from the used Amazon warehouse deals. That's with a 20% tacked on as well. So definitely peruse around Amazon warehouse, the used section. I think you can definitely get some good deals from there as well.
Jason be rolling that dice.
Yeah. Hey, everything is fine. Like Amazon has a good return policy. So if anything's wrong with the item, it's easy to return.
Did you remember? I don't know if you ever caught this story from Steve Huff from Steve Huff Photo, where he purchased the 1DX Mark II, and I think it was just rocks inside or something like that.
Oh shoot.
From Amazon. But they worked it out with them though. But I was like, wow, it gets pretty sketchy because I think I read some stories from like firsthand accounts of people when they handle the return process at Amazon that they really don't check the products very well. So they come in and then just rewrap it again and sell it back out or whatever. But I don't know if the policies have changed or have improved over time. So, but Amazon, like you said, has a pretty decent return policy, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about it if something weird happens.
Yeah, I have a pretty good track record with Amazon, so they haven't tried to screw me over with a return. All right. Amazon warehouse deals. There you go. And then for lightning deals too. Danny, have you scored anything from the lightning deals from Amazon?
I've never really found a lightning deal to be very good for me though. Like the only thing I've ever seen good was like a Rokinon lens or something like that, like those Samyang things. But I personally have never picked anything up that I thought was worth it, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my.
And let us know in the chat what kind of awesome deals that you guys copped in the previous year from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or even Christmas deals. I think 2 years ago, I got the Zhiyun crane for like $400 when it was retail for about $600. It was from a lightning deal.
What is it? Someone said, let's see here. Joshua Moneyham said, can Danny get the 402.8 with a 10% discount? That 402.8 is not on the EDU discount.
Really?
No, they would. I doubt they're going to put that thing on the discount. Yeah, it's not going to be on there.
Can definitely try.
Let's see.
And aside from that, from like Amazon Lightning deals, you pick up like small little things like SD cards, SSDs, hard drives. Those are something to keep in mind, especially when you're doing a lot of photography, a lot of videography. It's good to back up your stuff on external hard drive.
Yes.
And in terms of like non-camera stuff, Danny, like have you come across anything like that's discounted that's really awesome for Black Friday?
Nothing as of recently, man. Nothing crazy. Maybe hard drives or something like that if I spot something, but it's pretty rare for me.
I think someone was also talking about Microsoft Surface having a pretty good price drops. 2017 Macs have a pretty good price drops when it comes around this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
They usually do student discounts as well on those MacBook Pros as well. So if you're looking for that, but man, the prices definitely took a big steep up when they did the update on the processors, though, on the 2018 models. And the only reason why I've been hesitant on 2017 models, for example, or even buying used is because of that keyboard issue. But then again, they technically should be fixing those keyboards, but you wouldn't want to mess with a keyboard that's going to have issues potentially. I don't know.
Danny being skeptics with these deals here. All right, and then one last one before we jump into the chats. Amazing deal cops, as well as hashtag QA. Let us know your questions, and we'll answer them for the next 10 to 15 minutes. But the last one that I kind of really want to talk about is the Adobe Creative Cloud student discount. I think every year they offer almost 40% off. So again, if you're a student or in the education business like Danny here is, you can get 40% off your first year of Creative Cloud from Adobe.
Yeah, I took advantage of that.
Full package.
Yep.
Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, Lightroom, After Effects.
And then you get it for that 1 year, and then it eventually goes away, which kind of sucks.
If you talk to the right person, you can probably get it again.
Jason Vong is the right person to talk to.
Not me. I'm not the right person to talk to.
Oh man. Yeah, I probably should. I mean, I pretty much indoctrinate all my students to use Adobe products, unfortunately. So maybe they should help me out here. It'd be nice.
Affiliate links.
Oh wow, I didn't know they did that.
I don't know. Should tell your students, hey, sign up with my link. Description box below.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been thinking about potentially incorporating teaching DaVinci Resolve in my classes now. We'll see.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's jump into the chat. For questions as well as your amazing deal cops, let us know what sort of amazing deals you guys got for the past couple of years on Black Friday or your holiday shopping, as well as your questions that you have for me and Danny. So go with Zachary Western first. As a B cam for my A7 III, all open box, A7R2 for $1,500, A6500 for $1,000, or A6300 for $750.
A7R2 for $1,500, A6500 for $1,000.
Bcam as in Bcam video or Bcam photo?
I'm assuming for video in that case.
I'd probably go with the 6500.
I mean, I think it just depends on your needs. I think the A6300 is okay. If this camera is just going to be stationary for a lot of your stuff, I would even consider the 6300. If it's just going to be kind of stationary a lot. So
6500 for me.
6300 for me.
Gotta get that IBIS.
Hey, and by the way, if you're in the US, I've been seeing the 6300 go for $650 on Great Market. So $650 or under the 6300 I've seen.
Yeah, if people ask me if it's a choice between a 6000 or a 6300, probably go for the 6300. Continuous eye autofocus is an amazing thing.
It's just price point. So like I wouldn't, if you can get the A6000 for $350 to $400, it's worth considering.
Venom 5809. LMAO. Back in the day in NYC, my parents bought a VCR from a shop out there. When they opened it up, it was a VCR shell with rocks inside.
Oh man, that's
always try to shop with buyer's protection.
Oh man,
buyer's protection. Unfortunately, you buy in real life, you don't have buyer's protection.
Eli, buying refurbished from Amazon is great. Also, got an LG Ultrafine 4K monitor refurbished, which I think is actually new for $150 on Prime Day, when it was normally $700.
Damn, I need a deal like that. Wow, that is intense. Scott's review says I got an Amazon warehouse deal on the tampon, 20 to 75. Tamron, but we get you. But those tampon deals, though. I wouldn't buy tampon from Amazon warehouse.
Navi RetLab. On Cyber Monday, you can pick up a lot of tutorials and presets and even software. That's actually a good point. That's actually a really good point. I picked up Photo Mechanic on sale during these time frames. So keep an eye on software that you're interested in.
Red Giant has some really good deals as well. I think they always do like a week after Cyber Monday. But if you need stuff like Pluralize for like syncing audio and video, that's a really good software to pick up.
I use Pluralize all the time. That thing is totally worth it.
It pays itself. So regardless if you're paying full price or the student discount or the Black Friday deal, that thing pays itself. So you got to have the Red Giant Pro Eyes, and it syncs faster and better than Premiere Pro and Final Cut.
Shine on Sight Zeiss 25F2 for $700. What
Nice.
it normally goes for. Brown Bully 305. What hard drives do you guys use to back up or edit off of?
I back up on what 4 8 terabyte red drives right here with the NAS in the back. And then I edit. I've been editing off my laptop instead. I installed a 2 terabyte Samsung 970 Evo on this thing, either 970 or 850. I don't really remember, but I've been editing off my computer. But before that, I was editing off Samsung 1 terabyte SSDs. These little one of the cords that's going to right here. These little thing right here. These things are awesome. Love them.
Yeah, I've been editing off of my computer. I also added 2 terabyte M.2 drive in there, but I also use a RAID setup from TerraMaster D5. It's a Thunderbolt 3 version, and I've got 30 terabytes of drives worth inside of it, and I'm getting read and write speeds between 400 to 500 megabytes per second, so I can edit off of that RAID pretty easily when I need to. So I've been very, very happy with it so far. I've had it for a few months now, or 4 months. It's been pretty good.
See here. B2DG Media. I've had a Surface Pro 2 with no problems. Eli, I've been getting all my Adobe apps for about $20 a month. Pretty cool.
That's good.
And Navi, are there any shops in Europe that has good that is good for hardware Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales? And what page to go on getting software on Cyber Mondays? I think for softwares, you can probably do it globally, but in terms of like Europe specifically sites, I'm not too sure. If anyone can help out with that, please let us know in the chat.
I would just check their actual website on the day ofs. But I know what you mean, though. You're just trying to eyeball a bunch of software options. I totally get that, though.
DJ Will, any GoPro Hero 7 deals? We don't know yet. I was fortunate to buy a GoPro Hero 7 Black for $100 off at Adobe Max. Hopefully they bring that sort of sweet deal on Black Friday and Cyber Monday for you guys.
My brother mentioned that you can get like the basic GoPro Hero 5 model and then hack the firmware and make it a GoPro 5 Hero Black.
What?
And you can get, yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if anybody knows about that. But I think you can get the base model one for really cheap for about $100 and then hack the software to get the black model basically out of it.
That one hacker guy.
Yeah.
MediMed888. Will Godox have a sale on their products this Black Friday? I really want to get my hands on a few 8200s on sale. So Adorama, which rebranded the Godox to Flashpoint, has been having some amazing deals on the 8600, $499 for like what? A TTL 8600 Pro. Not 600 Pro, but the original 600. So you can expect Adorama to run some sort of pretty good deals for their Flashpoint Evolve 200, which are equivalent to the Godox 8200. So keep an eye out on Adorama.
That one Chinese guy's asking me about the control cable for the Ronin S. You know what? I haven't even had a chance to look at the darn cable. I know I placed an order for the control cable that was recently released for specifically Sony, but that's still on pre-order, so I'm waiting on that darn cable to come in.
JG Fonzie TV, best travel lens for A7 III, Tamron 20-75 or the 24-105 from Sony.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good options there. Or
Rick
just,
Rat.
That's good.
Rick Rat, you think the 6500 will get a Black Friday sale with the rumor A7000? Tough to say.
So what's the retail for the 6500 right now? Let's see. I'm going to make a prediction here.
1098, I think, body only.
Okay. Let's see here. It's probably like 1200 or something like that, right? I would say like 1200 body only. I'm probably going to say you might see it for 1099 on Black Friday on eBay.
Yeah.
That's just I would say that.
No love for the FDR 3X3000 action cam with the IBIS. Did iPhoto not convince Jason to return the GoPro 7? I mainly got the GoPro 7 for the time warp feature because it just like you can do hyperlapses on that thing without porting it over to like your computer to make hyperlapses. So that's what I mainly got it for. But the FDR X3000 is a great camera. It just doesn't have a viewing screen. Mike Dude 5736. Any worthy competitor bags to the Peak Design everyday bag? If you want really good functionality out of a bag, consider looking at Think Tank.
Andy Garcia QA. Any recommendation for live captioning on video, automated or service based?
I would like to
I don't know. I don't know about live captioning like right now, but I know there's like this Rev option. I think the company's called Rev, and you can have them caption your videos for you. Like it's $1 a minute worth of captioning. It's worth a look.
The open road obsession. Do you think the new Zhiyun Weibo Lab will be able to balance a GH5 Sigma 18835 properly? The length of the lens causes issue with many gimbals that say they can handle the weight of this combo. I am sorry to disappoint you again, open road, but you're gonna run into that problem as well
Oh
with the
shoot.
Weibo Lab. It's just way too long because like once you have such a long heavy lens combination on something that's so short, it's going to touch the motor, so you're not going to have that full range of motion of your gimbal. So it's really the limitation, the physicality of the gimbal. Even though it can hold the weight of it, it's just you won't be able to use it to its maximum potential.
Jai Cavi got the MC11 with the 1 TB LIST HD hard drive, for $40 last year, and he bought 2 of them.
Get out of town. MC11 for $40. It's crazy.
There was a sale on that. Remember, I was saying you should flip them, like buy the MC11.
Oh, I kind of remember that, but they were discounted to $40.
I don't know about 40, like in general, but they were like 150 retail or something like that. But they're going for like sub 100 or something.
Yeah, I remember that. That's why I got one, the MC11 adapter. DJ Will, Walmart have the GoPro Hero 5 for $150 in clearance. Thanks.
Yeah, that was, yep.
Philip Henry, think the Wander might have bags on sale. They might, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with that brand. Nabi says, I think that Rotolite will have some nice Black Friday deals on flash hardware.
Organic Farmer, do you know what cameras will be supported? ISO, aperture, shutter speed selection by the Zhiyun Weibo Lab gimbal.
Canon, Nikon, Panasonic.
Ooh, where's Sony at? Sony, come on.
People said with the Crane 2, if you use a Canon cable on a Sony camera, it works, but you don't have the start and stop recording feature. I haven't personally tested that myself, so I don't know.
Tag the Shooter wants the Sony RX0 to go on sale for like $400.
I want that to go on sale for like $300 or $200.
Yeah. Brown Boy 305 is saying, is Premiere Audio Sync not good enough as PluralEyes? I do use that feature in Premiere Pro when it's only a couple of clips. But when I'm doing like multicam, where it's like 4 angles, maybe 3, I'll use PluralEyes.
Yeah, what PluralEyes does is that they also do drift corrections too. So sometimes when you do sync audio and video, sometimes it gets desynced like halfway through because of how the audio or the video is recorded. So PluralEyes will automatically stretch the audio clip to fit the video. So when the whole syncing process is done, everything is just synced properly, regardless of how they were recorded. And it's much faster than Premiere Pro and Final Cut from my test. Cheese Cam says, I say the best alternative to the Peak Design bag is the Low Pro 450 AW. Danny's saying the Altura bag is a great alternative.
You mean the potato sack?
The potato sack. We're gonna run our own Black Friday special with the potato sacks.
Let's see.
Peter Yin, do you think there will be any sales with the Sony 1635 f4, or should I buy a used one? Again, generally, new first-party stuff will probably get discounted for $50 to $100. but that's pretty much it.
If you know somebody with an EDU discount, you can save 10%. That's pretty darn good. I got mine with the 10% discount, the 16 to 35 F4.
And the last question for tonight, before we sign off, has asked 6500 user here, would you recommend selling the 18 to 105 for the 85 1.8? They're about the same price. Does Zoom have below average IQ, or should I wait for the new 56 millimeter?
It's a very different lens altogether. You're comparing a prime to a zoom, and the prime is definitely going to have better image quality typically compared to 18 to 105. I don't know. It just depends on what your needs are. 18 to 105 is a very different lens.
Yeah. If 85 was just your focal length for the A6500, I would not recommend it. I'd rather have that versatility of the 18 to 105.
Unless you're looking for two primes to replace your zooms and you want really good optical quality, maybe consider the Sigma 16 and the 56 or the 85 1.8. So two primes to replace that one. I know the price is not going to be suitable because you're obviously trying to replace one over the other, but that's tough. I would need to know a little bit more about what you're trying to do.
Oh, and I lied. Just one more question. Joseph Choi asked, is the EDU discount only for Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Nope, it is year round.
Yes, it is year round. Yep.
Awesome stuff. That's pretty much it for tonight's live show. And next week is going to be on Danny's channel. And Danny, what can the fine people here can expect from you?
I got a video coming up probably tonight or tomorrow morning. And then I did rent out the EOS R with the 24-105 Canon lens, the RF lens. And then I'll probably try and do a comparison with the A7 Mark III. It's been a while since I've had, use of Canon, so we'll see how well the EOS R is. So as a Sony shooter now, to see how far along Canon has come along. I'm just very curious to see how well they're doing at this point. I know there's a lot of negativity with the Canon EOS R, but I just want to have an opportunity to test it out firsthand myself and see where it's at and if it makes sense. So
cool. Let me know when you drop your video, so I'll drop mine too.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Well, I'll have a video up either tonight or tomorrow morning as well. And yeah, next week's gonna be on Danny's channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching this Monday Live, and we'll see you guys next week.
Francisco jumped in at the last second. Bye, guys.
He even say hi. He just said bye. Bye, Francisco. And good night, everybody. Peace out.
Peace.